Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another game. We got the Indians at the Washington Senators here, April 26, 1949. Cleveland's a half game behind the Yankees at first after the Red Sox lost earlier on this date. And they're up against Ray Scarborough here in Washington, D.C. Ken Kellner, the first hitter, fouls one off and then takes a strike. 303 is average, 405 on base percentage with a real nice looking slugging percentage. He takes the ball. It's 1-2. Ground ball to short, and Dente's there with the ball, throws to first, one away. And here comes Larry Doby. Doby hitting 276. Again, good slugging percentage, and he takes the ball and then hits a ground ball down to Eddie Yost to third, who throws to first, two away. Mickey Vernon now takes a strike, 0-1. It's in the dirt, 1-1 now on Vernon. And he fouls that one off. It's 1-2 now on Mickey, and that one just is inside, 2-2. And there's a changeup. Boy, that one disappeared, and he swings and misses to that one. Mickey goes down swinging. We go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Eddie Robinson here to lead things off, hitting 370 up against Mike the Bear Garcia. Swing and a miss in the first one, and there's another swing and a miss in the second one, 0-2. There's a breaking ball inside, 1-2 now the count. That's fouled away. Still 1-2 on Robinson. There's a ground ball towards second. Gordon has it on to first, one away. Bud Stewart up there now, and he takes a strike, 0-1, and takes another one, 0-2 quickly. Garcia pitching well. That's in tight, 1-2 the count. That's inside for a ball, 2-2 on Bud, and there's a fly ball over to center. Doby has it for the out, two away. Clyde Fulmer up there now takes the ball, 1-0. And that's on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. There's a good sinker by Garcia, 1-2 the count. Ground ball to second. Gordon has it, throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the second. Wonder if Garcia's not going to have a good game here. He's getting those breaking pitches over. Lou Boudreau here for the Indians takes the ball, and then a strike inside, 1-1. That's a foot inside that ball. It's 2-1, and there's a foul off of Evans, 2-2 the count. Pop up behind the screen, just out of play. 2-2 remains on Boudreau. Hit up the middle off the mound. That'll be a base hit for Lou, and that'll bring up Dale Mitchell. So Mitchell comes up here hitting 340, hitting very, very well. Takes a ball. 1-0 is a count on him. And that's hit to the left side, just foul. It's 1-1. He hits that next one into right center field, and that's going to be out of the reach of Lewis. And that's going to be a double easily for Boudreau. And we have the Indians, rather, have runners on at second and third with nobody out here top of the second inning. And up now is Bob Kennedy hitting 278. It's a ball in there to Kennedy. Scarborough having some problems. That's low and outside for ball two. Fouled at the plate. 2-1 now on Kennedy. And there's a little breaking ball foul, just barely, 2-2. Kennedy way out in front of that. And he hits a fly ball deep to right field. Lewis is there, has it for the out. That's not deep enough, and Boudreau has to hold at third. So there's one out now. Still runners on at second or third. Here's Joe Gordon. He takes two quick balls. That's up and in for ball three. 3-0 on Gordon. And there's ball four. That one missed wide, and Scarborough having some real problems trying to find the plate here. That brings up Jim Hegan with the bases loaded. Strike in there to Hegan, and there's a grounder down the first base line. That's going to be in there for extra bases, and that will score two, and Gordon goes over to third. Hegan's on at second with a double. And so not exactly the best of defensive days here for the Senators as they're having a hard time fielding the ball. That right side of the infield looks particularly bad, and that's where that ball was hit. Kozar, Robinson, Lewis, all not exactly the best fielders in the world, and that brings up Mike Garcia, the Indians pitcher. Runners on at second and third. Mike takes a strike. Pop-up, Kozar, second baseman, has that for the out, two away, and up again is Ken Kellner. Kellner 0-1, takes the ball. Hitting right now 299, just a hair under 300. It's 2-0, and there's a hit into the gap in left field, and that is in there for a double. Kellner goes to second easily, and that scores both runs. It's 4-0 Cleveland, and up comes Larry Doby. Doby hit a bouncer last time. This time his first pitch is fouled to the left side out of play, and there's a strike in there, 0-2. It's off the plate a little bit, 1-2, and that's low. 2-2 now on Doby. And he tries to hold up his swing on that one and isn't able to do so. It's strike three, and we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Al Evans. Evans for the Senators hits the first pitch he sees over to right field. Bob Kennedy's there for the out, one away. Al Kozar now takes a strike. And there's a ground ball through the hole into left field between Kellner and Boudreau, and that'll be a base hit. First hit of the game for the Senators. Brings up Sam Denty, and Denty takes a ball in the dirt, 0-1, 1-0, sorry. There's a foul ball, and that was 1-1. That's a little bit easier for me. 2-1 the count now on Sam. Ground ball between short and third. Kellner grabs that third baseman, throws to Gordon for one, back onto first, but not in time. Denty just beats that out. So two away now for Buddy Lewis for the Senators. Down 4-0, bottom of the second in this game. Two straight balls here on Buddy Lewis, 2-0, and there's a strike, 2-1 now the count. Ground ball down the first base line, and that's going to be a foul ball. Garcia lets that one roll, and it goes just foul. 2-2 now, the count. And there's a swing and a miss on that one, and Garcia gets the punch out. We go to the top of the third. It'll be Mickey Vernon for the Indians. Strike in there quickly to Vernon. 0-1. That's one. That pitch is high. 1-1. Fly ball deep right field. Lewis is there for the out. 1 away. Up now, Lou Boudreau. Boudreau takes the ball off the plate, a little bit low, and there's one in the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. There's a ball in there. Ball 2-0, and that's fouled away. 2-2 now the count. Fly ball left field. Stewart's got that for the out. 2 gone, just like that. Here's Dale Mitchell. Ground ball up the middle, and second baseman Kozar goes and gets it. Throws to first. And we will go to the bottom of the third inning, and it's going to be Eddie Yost here for the Senators. Yost takes the strike, hitting 157, and he lines that one to left and gets a base hit. So he finally does do something offensively. I don't know how much longer we can start Yost, and here comes Scarborough with the runner on at first. Takes the ball, and then another one outside, 2-0. We could bunt with Scarborough, but there's no point because it's not going to do you any good. There's another ball to him. It's 3-0. He's going to take this pitch. There's the strike. 3-1. Have him take another one. There's strike 2. Full count now on Ray. Hits one over to center field. Dobie's got that for the out. 1 away. Eddie Robinson now. That's a ball low to Robinson. 1-0 the count. And there's a strike. 1-1. It's outside for a ball. 2-1. Throw back to first. Nothing doing. 2-1 pitch is in there. And it's hit over to Kennedy in right field. And he won't get to that one. It's going to be a base hit for Robinson. Yost goes all the way around to third. So the Senators have something going here. Bottom of the third inning. 4-0 the score. Mike Garcia is starting to labor a little bit. Here's Bud Stewart, who takes a strike and another strike. 0-2 quickly on him. And that sinker's just a little bit low. 1-2. He looks at another ball. 2-2 on Bud. And there's a swing and a miss. And that's the second strikeout recorded by Garcia. And so with 2 away, that'll bring up Clyde Fulmer, who's hitting third for the Senators. And he takes a ball inside. 1-0. There's a little blooper, and Boudreau, the shortstop, can't get to that one, and that's in there for a hit. That'll score 1. Robinson, we're going to hold at second, and that will bring up Al Evans now. Runners on at first and second for the Senators with 2 outs here, bottom of the third. 4-1 game. There's a ball to Evans, then he pops one up over to second base. Gordon has that pop up for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Bob Kennedy up there, and he swings and misses at the first pitch he sees for a strike, and then swings at the next one. It's 0-2. And then he reaches for that one, and that's a little flare, and it's just out of the reach of Fulmer, the center fielder, coming in hard, right above the shortstop and second baseman. And so Kennedy has a blue base hit. That'll bring up Joe Gordon now. 5th hit for the Indians. Here comes Gordon. He's going to bunt one up in the air, and it falls foul, luckily for him. 0-1. And that pitch just misses. 1-1. Not sure why they would bunt here with a 4-1 lead. There's another pitch in there to Gordon for a strike, 1-2, and there's a ground ball over to first. Robinson has it, goes over to Denty for 1, and they can't get a return throw off. So instead of a double play, it ends up being just a fielder's choice. That will bring up Jim Hegan, the catcher. Hegan, so far today, is 1 for 1 with those 2 RBIs. He takes the ball, and then a strike, 1-1 on Jim. Chopper up the middle. Scarborough can't get to that one. The pitcher, that is, it's Denty who has that. Has to go to first. Gordon gets to second easily. 2 away, and here's Mike Garcia, the pitcher, and he hits one to left field for a base hit, and that is going to likely score Gordon. Here comes the throw home. No, he is thrown out, so Stewart, with the good play, throws all the way to the plate, gets it in there to Evans in time, and the Indians' runner is thrown out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Al Kozar here for the Senators, and so you're saying there's a chance. 1949 Washington Senators, not the best team in the world, as Kozar takes a strike, then a ball, 1-1. But then you're saying there's a chance there might be one. There's a fly ball over to right. Kennedy's got that for the out, 1 gone. Sam Denty now, and he takes the ball off the plate. Little ground ball over to Boudreau, and he can't come up with that one. That's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Denty, and that'll bring up Buddy Lewis. So that means Denty's 1 for 2. Lewis so far today is 0 for 1. They send Denty, and there's a ground ball over to Gordon, the good hit-and-run ground ball. He's got to go to first, and he throws there for the out. Denty is on at second. 2 away. Eddie Yost now takes a ball. That's in the dirt for another ball, 2-0. It's clocked on by the shortstop Boudreau for a base hit. Here comes Denty around trying to score with 2 outs. We're going to hold Yost at first, and Denty slides in there safely. It's a 4-2 game now. And here comes that pitcher, Ray Scarborough. So 4-2 Indians here, bottom of the 4th. Scarborough takes a ball. Garcia has had his problems this year. The 2.93 ERA is not bad as he throws another ball, 2-1 the count, but 2-2 is all his record shows. Fly ball over to Dobie in center, and he's got that for the out. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and it will be Ken Kellner again leading this one off. Kellner's already 1 for 2 and is driven in 2. And he hits a fly ball to lead this off over to right field. Lewis has it for the out, one gone. Here's Larry Doby. No hits for Doby today, and he goes on those streaks, sometimes good, sometimes bad. 1-1 is the count on him quickly. Ground ball to third. Yost has it, throws to first for the second out. 2 away. About to say Robin Yount. Wrong season, wrong team, wrong decade. Here's Mickey Vernon, who takes the ball, 1-0. And there's another ball high, 2-0 on Vernon. Fouled back, 2-1. Hit over to left center field between Stewart and Fulmer, and Vernon's going to go all the way around to third. He gets his, I think it's his first triple of the season. It is, just looking him up. Yeah, he's 31, but he could run those triples out back then. Lou Boudreau up now with the runner on to third, takes the strike, then a ball, 1-1. Popped up foul ground, out of play, 1-2 on Boudreau. That's high and tight for ball 2, 2-2. Ground ball to short, Denty has it on to first. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Eddie Robinson here for the Senators. He takes a strike, still 4-2 Indians. Now a ball on Robinson, 1-1. Swing and a miss of that next one, it's 1-2. And there's a pop-up foul out of play, still 1-2. Little flare off behind second base. Gordon running hard on that, and he can't get there. Neither can Kennedy, and that puts Robinson on at first with a wimpy hit. And that brings up Bud Stewart, runner on at first base. Swing and a miss on that first pitch, a slider. There's another foul ball, 0-2, and that swung on a miss. Man, Garcia made quick work of him, 3 pitches. That brings up Clyde Fulmer, and the double plays in order, of course. Runner on at first, 1 out, bottom of the fifth. And 4-2, the Indians in the lead. There's a strike to Fulmer, and he went on that one as well, 0-2. There's a single over to the opposite field, and that's over Gordon's head. He dove for that one, couldn't get there. Kennedy's got the ball. We're going to hold Robinson at second, and that brings up Al Evans. So runners now on at first and second for Evans, still 4-2 Indians. There's a ball slider off the plate to Evans, and there's a line shot to right field. It's a base hit. Here comes Robinson around trying to score. Fulmer going to go for third. Throw will go home on this one. Evans holds it first, and Robinson is thrown out of the play. Very good throw by Kennedy. Fulmer makes third, no problem. And the game is still 4-2 as that single by Al Evans ends up not scoring the run. And, of course, the other big news is that Evans is now stuck on at first instead of being at second. That brings up Al Kozar with runners on at first and third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth, still 4-2. Kozar up there takes the ball inside. There's a line drive up the middle for a base hit that will score 1. Al Evans will hold at second. So the catcher holds at second base, and that brings up San Denty. 4-3 now the score, and here comes Denty to try to add on to what the Senators have been doing. 10 hits for Washington against 7 for Cleveland. Strike to Denty, and then a foul ball just out of play. Boudreau not there in time, 0-2. Another foul out of play, 0-2. It's off the thumbs, fouled again. And it's fouled straight back again. We've had a lot of pitches. The count's been 0-2 the whole time. Throw to second, nothing doing. And there's a fly ball over to right. Kennedy's got it for the out. We go to the top of the sixth. 4-3 now the score. The Senators have out-hit the Indians and just haven't outscored them. There's a ball to Kennedy, and then he fouls one off. And he rips one over into the gap in the right side. Fulmer runs, able to get there just in time. 1 away. Bob Kennedy up there now, 1 for 2 today, hitting .282 this season. Takes a ball, then another ball, 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike, 2-1. And there's a started his swing, and he held up in time. 3-1 the count now on Bob. There's a line drive right at Yost at third base. Picks that one off before it does any damage. 2 gone. Joe Gordon now takes the ball inside. 1-0. That's high. 2-0 on Gordon. Fly ball left field. Stewart there. Looks up in the blue sky. Gets that catch for the out. And we go to the bottom of the sixth. It'll be Buddy Lewis for the Senators, who takes the ball inside. And then fouls one away. 1-1 on Lewis. There's a check swing. They're going to call that a ball, and it is ball 2 on Lewis. Fouled away, 2-2. Now the count on Buddy. Sinker's outside. It's 3-2, and that's fouled back. 3-2, full count still. Fouled back again. Full count on Lewis, and that's hit down the right field line. No, that's going to be a foul ball, and the count remains full. I'm going to take a little pause here just for this play-by-play because it's one of these unusual ones where the play-by-play announcer actually calls the play incorrectly at first. I tell you, in Diamond Mind, you see it's a little bit of everything, and you will see the wrong play come through every now and then. Lewis still up there, full count. There's a pop-up left side just out of play. Full count remains, and he swings and misses at that one. But I tell you, Garcia had to pitch to about 5 different hitters to be able to get that one guy out, 1 away. Eddie Yost now takes a strike, and then takes one low, 1-1. 323 on base percentage, despite the 171 average, is 1-2 on Yost. And he hits that one over to center field. That'll be a base hit. Eddie today 3 for 3, so he's trying to at least get back up to 200. That brings up Ray Scarborough, the pitcher, and now is the time that we bunt. So we're going to bunt with Scarborough, 1-run game, runner on at first. There's a bunt over to Garcia, who turns around, throws to Boudreau, the shortstop, covering at the bag, and they get the lead runner. And so Scarborough ends up on at first on the bunt that was unsuccessful, the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Eddie Robinson. 2 away here, bottom of the 6th. Runner on at first, 4-3 Indians. Robinson takes a strike, 2 for 3 today he is. Swings the one in the dirt, 0-2. That's it over to the gap in right center field, and that's going to be in between Doby and Kennedy for a base hit. Robinson's at second, Scarborough rounding third. And Scarborough goes all the way down to the plate, and he gets his hand in there and is called safe. And that makes this a tie ball game, 4-4. And that's some pretty brave base running by the pitcher. He's got to go back out there next inning. That brings up Bud Stewart. Stewart now takes a strike. He's 0 for 3 today with Robinson on his second in scoring position. Robinson, after that one, is 3 for 4. And he's good, isn't he? 2-1 the count quickly on Bud Stewart. And it's 3-1 as that one missed. We'll have him take this pitch, and that's on the black. Bad call, and that was on the black of the plate inside. Full count now on Stewart. And there's a line drive to center field. That's a base hit. Robinson rounding the bag at third. He's going to try for home. We'll have Stewart try to go for second. And maybe it was Stewart's deke or something that did it, but that throw was airmailed by Larry Doby. Stewart winds up on a third base on the air. The run scores. It is 5-4 Senators. And here comes Clyde Fulmer. Boy, I didn't expect this to happen. Fulmer up there, and this will bring on Al Benton for Cleveland. And there's a strike in there to Fulmer, and a ball low, 1-1. Sinker misses, 2-1. Fastball fouled away, 2-2. That's fouled away again, still 2-2 on Clyde. And that slider's way too low, full count now on Clyde. And there's a pop-up, and Boudreau gets that for the out. We go to the top of the 7th inning. So Senators have come back and have taken the lead here 5-4. Jim Hegan now for the Indians hits the first pitch he sees over to left field, and that's a base hit falling in front of Stewart. They'll bring up Al Benton, and I bet you anything they're going to take him out. Yep, Thurman Tucker, the pinch hitter here for the Indians. Tucker fouls one over to the right, out of play, 0-1. That's a changeup high, 1-1 on Thurman. Curveball high, 2-1, and there's one clothesline over to center field that falls in front of Fulmer. That's going to be a base hit. So Tucker and Hegan are now on first and second. Nobody out for the Indians, top of the 7th, and that brings up Ken Keltner. Keltner will square around a bunt, bunts one foul, and there's a fastball in the corner by Scarborough, 0-2, and that's fouled away, 0-2. And there's a called strike 3, and Scarborough picks up the strikeout, his third of the day, 22nd of the season. And so with one away, that brings up Larry Doby, who's 0 for 3 and has been slumping lately. He takes the ball. And another ball, 2-0 on Larry. And there's a foul ball. 2-1 the count now, Larry Doby. And there's one off speed in tight, 3-1. That's low for ball 4, and that'll bring up Mickey Vernon. Bases loaded now for the Indians. Vernon, one out, and there's a pitch low. Line drive over to third. Yost has that and runs over to third base for the double play, and that's a really big play. That's a really big play as Vernon probably could have driven something in, and instead Yost makes the big one, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Satchel Paige is going to come into this game. So Mickey Vernon just can't get it done. Satchel Paige comes in for the Indians. He's got a 3.66 ERA, pitched 19 2/3. There's a strike, swing and a miss by Evans for the first strike. 0-1 the count. No record for Page. 0-2 now in Evans. Page has saved 2, and there's a ball. 1-2 the count. And there's a pitch away. Evans, though, can't stop himself and swings and misses at that one. Down he goes. 1 away. Alcozar pops up a pitch foul and then hits a ground ball over to second base. Gordon has it. Throws to first. 2 gone. Sam Denty now, and he takes a strike. 0-1 to Denty. That's 2 high. It's 1-1 on Sam. Hit off his own foot in the box, 1-2. Usually I don't call that one because there's too many of them. And there's a swing and a miss by Denty, and Page gets out of the inning, strikes out 2. We go to the top of the 8th. Still Ray Scarborough in there for the Senators, and first batter is Boudreau, who hits the first pitch to Denty at short, throws to first, 1 gone. Dale Mitchell up there now, 1 for 3, and he hits the first pitch he sees over to Lewis and right, 2 away. Here's Bob Kennedy. Ground ball, Kozar right side. Second baseman has it on to first for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Buddy Lewis up there for the Senators, and he takes a ball high, 1-0. And that's high again, 2-0. Ground ball, second base. Gordon on to first, 1 gone. Here's Eddie Yost, and he hits one deep to right field. Kennedy's got that 1-2 away, and here's Ray Scarborough. Staying in this ball game, he takes the strike from Page, and then a ball, 1-1 on Ray. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2 on him, and Page just overwhelming him. That fastball's high, 2-2, and there's no swing. But this time, that one was high, and there was the swing, and Page gets the strikeout. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and it's Joe Gordon for the Indians. Strike, first pitch swinging by Gordon, 0-1, and there's a ball inside, 1-1. ripped down the right field line, and Lewis is able to cut that off, but it's a single, and now here come the Indians. And this is where the questions start coming up. So the question is, do we stick with Scarborough, or do we put in a relief pitcher and try for a save? So it's that old question between whether you're going to try to give the guy the chance to finish the game, or if you want to try to do something a little bit more modern. We could always put in this guy, Lloyd Hiddle, who hasn't given up a run yet. He would probably be my first choice, just looking at this bullpen here to come in. I think we're going to wait just a little bit and see what happens. Jim Hegan's up there, not a great hitter, but 2 for 3 today. He bunts down there. Evans, the catcher, has his only play is at first base, and he goes there for the out. Gordon moves to second, 1 away. That'll bring up Satchel Paige's spot, and now the Indians have a decision to make. If the Indians go ahead in this inning, of course, we bat in the bottom of the 9th. And so question is whether you really want to sacrifice Page, or if you want to let's see, I might have to get this again. If you really want to sacrifice Page and have a pinch hitter come in for him, or if instead you're going to leave him in the game and just have him bunt or what. So let's see what happens here. And they are going to take Page out. Here comes Mike Tresh in to pinch hit. Runner on a second, and Tresh hits the first pitch he sees over to center for an out, 2 away. Here's Ken Keltner. Keltner, the last chance. Ground ball right side. Kozar has it on to first, and that does it. So the Senators win this one 5-4. And I will maintain that there's going to be a lot of questions asked. Lots of first ball swinging there by the Indians, and you see what happens. Cleveland had a big lead, and the Senators came back. 5-4 is your final score. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.